Sir Toastmaster, fellow members and guests, the past does not equal the future. Let me say that again. The past does not equal the future. I'm living proof of that. I think most of us here are living proof of that. Let me explain what I mean. I'm John Bavona, and what I'm going to speak to you about today are things that I've done in my past, what I'm presently doing, and finally some aspirations I have for the future. I'll give you a quick thumbnail sketch of my background. I'm born and raised in Long Island, New York, in a typical middle-class suburban white family with two parents who are still together and one older sister. I'm 35 and a Sagittarius. Fire signs, yay. Upon graduating high school, I was like a mosquito in a nudist camp. I saw a lot that I wanted to go after, but didn't know where to start. So I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. I served my country proudly for 4 years at various duty stations like North Carolina, Okinawa, Japan, and also went through the first Gulf War. So that is why I say the past does not equal the future, because in my opinion, someone who is trained to shoot people if need be is not someone who you would see years later never eating or using animal products in any form again. Some other things I've done worth mentioning, in my opinion, include international and domestic flight attendant and stockbroker, having worked on Wall Street in Manhattan. I am presently a commodities broker in Santa Monica. The markets have always been interesting to me because I guess images of power and what a man should be. I think maybe I had some false beliefs instilled in me from a young age, from varying sources, things I've learned to accept or have changed altogether. I'm in Vegan Toastmasters because I'm a vegan and have been one now for 8 years, since 1998. My road to veganism began after reading the book Unlimited Power by Anthony Robbins, which is where I first heard the phrase, the past does not equal the future. And that hit home with me. It changed me. What started out as an attempt to empower myself through self-help books surprisingly led to a better lifestyle and way of eating altogether. His book led me to John Robbins' Diet for a New America, which forever changed me as well. I remember at one point crying that no animal on this planet would ever have to die for me again. I cleansed emotionally as well as physically. It was an eye-opening and long overdue turning point in my life. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I was ready. I owe the teachers thanks, both Anthony and John Robbins. One of my ultimate future aspirations is to become a stand-up comedian that addresses issues like Bill Maher, my now favorite vegan, and get involved in voiceovers also. Bill uses comedy as a vehicle to get a message across. He has a show called Politically Incorrect. I took recently a stand-up comedy class at UCLA Extension. It went a few months and had a final performance doing live stand-up at the Comedy Union in Hollywood. It would be great to have a funny comeback for every silly question asked as a vegan. Like, oh, you're a vegetarian, but you still eat chicken, right? Well, of course, silly. In fact, I have a chicken plant in my backyard. It's of the heirloom variety. Chicken really is my favorite vegetable. Always has been. Lay off the drugs, please. Sarcasm is just one of the many services that I offer. So it would be great to be a stand-up who stands up for what is right, like Bill Maher, and join the ranks of the compassionate, who are not just armchair vegans, but the ones who are voicing their viewpoints and shouting from the rooftops. So in conclusion, we really just don't know who we'll become in the future by what we are today. I certainly didn't know I would go from Marine with a rifle ready to kill if needed to vegan years later not stepping on ants or anything. I used to squash bugs and caterpillars, and now I see all life as sacred and beautiful, and I'm better for it. Well, now you know a little bit more about me, and I look forward to becoming an active member for such a just cause, because It's extremely important to have effective communicators for the animals that are being slaughtered and mistreated and did no wrong to any human and are needed neither for food or clothing. This issue desperately needs to be resolved, folks. You know that, and I do too. Just because they've been mistreated in the past, hopefully doesn't mean they will be in the future. I hope for their sake and ours that the past truly does not equal the future. My name is John Bavona, Sir Toastmaster.